Could Harry Kane become the greatest striker never to win a trophy? It's a tragic question that has haunted the Tottenham legend his whole career. Kane's brilliant goal-scoring exploits have made him a household name across Europe, but without any silverware to show for it, his story feels strangely incomplete. Today, we're going to dive into the sad truth behind Harry Kane's trophyless career. Find out why he's never lifted a meaningful trophy despite his individual brilliance, and see whether his big money move to Bayern Munich could finally break Kane's curse. You definitely don't want to miss this. Harry Kane's Tottenham career. Spurs fans have had the pleasure of watching Kane grow into one of the best strikers in the world over his time at Tottenham. But despite all his individual accomplishments, the poor guy just can't seem to win any trophies. Kane first broke into the Spurs senior team in the 2013-14 season under Tim Sherwood's management. He showed flashes of brilliance, scoring 3 goals in 10 appearances. The next season under Pochettino, Kane had his big breakout year. At just 21 years old, he scored 21 Premier League goals, earned the PFA Young Player of the Year award, and helped lead Spurs to a 5th place finish. Over the next 3 seasons, Kane developed into a truly world-class striker. In both the 2016-17 and 2017-18 campaigns, he won the Premier League Golden Boot for most goals scored, beating out the likes of Sergio Aguero and Mohamed Salah. During the 2017-18 season, Kane was unstoppable, racking up 30 league goals. To put that astonishing goal-scoring record into perspective, Thierry Henry's best season saw him score 39 goals across all competitions. Kane was reaching a level that put him in the conversation as one of the most lethal strikers in Premier League history. Yet sadly for both Kane and Spurs fans, his scoring exploits never translated into trophies. The closest he ever came was during the 2018-19 Champions League. Kane helped Tottenham all the way to the final, only to fall short in a 2-0 loss to Liverpool. To this day, that remains the only final Kane has reached with Tottenham. Harry Kane's impressive stats this season at Bayern Munich. After 9 trophyless seasons with Spurs, Kane finally decided enough was enough, and I have to say, Kane's statistics so far this season are just silly. Through his first 21 appearances, he already has 24 goals. Just wrap your head around that number for a second. He's averaging well over a goal per game in one of Europe's most competitive leagues. One particular crazy stat is that on the 23rd of September 2023, when Bayern played Bochum, Kane smashed 3 goals and provided 2 assists in a 7-0 thrashing. That gave him 7 goals in his first 5 Bundesliga games, setting the record for most goals ever in a player's first 5 matches in the league. Legendary German striker Gerd Müller held the previous record of 5 goals in 5 games back in the 60s. The fact that Kane is already breaking records set by attacking greats like Müller shows just how incredible he has been. Why Harry Kane has never won a trophy? Now this is the million-dollar question with Kane. How has a player so individually brilliant never gotten his hands on a piece of silverware? For most of his prime years, Spurs just did not spend enough money to build a complete squad around him. The defence and midfield were just too shaky and unreliable to compete with the Premier League and Europe's elite clubs. Kane also missed significant time to injuries throughout his career. It always seemed to happen at the worst moments too. During Spurs' famous Champions League run in 2019, Kane injured his ankle in the first leg of the quarter-finals. He ended up missing the rest of Spurs' domestic season and was clearly still hindered by injury during the Champions League final loss to Liverpool. In many ways, Kane's career has been a string of bad luck and unfortunate circumstances. Most great players who couldn't win trophies simply didn't have the talent around them. The Harry Kane curse strikes again. With Kane's move to Bayern, it feels like the stars have finally aligned for him. Bayern has arguably one of the most talented and deepest squads in the world. Now surrounded by world-class players like Thomas Müller and Joshua Kimmich, Kane finally has a supporting cast capable of matching his brilliance. This Bayern team is certainly strong enough to compete for Champions League and domestic glory. So, could this finally be the year Kane wins his first elusive trophy? Spurs fans would say it pains them to say this, but they really hope so. Kane truly deserves to have that monkey off his back. But here's the crazy thing. Despite Kane's incredible goal-scoring form, Bayern Munich find themselves in a title race with Bayer Leverkusen this season. Leverkusen have simply been unstoppable and flawless under Xabi Alonso. As it stands, Leverkusen have built up a 5-point gap over Bayern at the top of the table, after Xabi Alonso's side beating Bayern 3-0. Even with the Champions League, Bayern lost 1-0 to Lazio away from home in the first leg of the round of 16. The shocking stat about that game is that Bayern didn't even register a shot on target for the whole game. So despite Kane delivering his best individual season yet, he may have to wait another year to get his hands on that elusive first trophy. It would be a tragedy to see him fall just short again. But with how Leverkusen are performing and Bayern still building chemistry under new manager Thomas Tuchel, the trophy drought may continue for poor Kane. Even if Bayern fall short, you get the sense that Kane will have more chances going forward than he's used to. I'll be rooting hard for Kane to win the one thing that has cruelly eluded him his whole career, a nice shiny trophy to call his own. Kane heads to Bayern with his destiny in his own hands. Will the move to Germany finally result in Kane lifting some silverware, or will he go down as one of the best strikers never to win major trophies? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out our latest video talking about the potential impact Vitor Roque could have on Barcelona's future.